When I saw the March 2024 video, the broadcast video, it was a song, Feed My Faith and Starve My Doubts. In the words of Wally, the XJW Wally, I said to myself, boy, howdy, here we go. The governing body leaders, they're up at it. They're up again. They're doing it again. They're trying to influence their members by propaganda. This is how they get people, by their propaganda, by their videos, their songs, their music. They try to influence, they try to persuade their members to think how they think. And you know what? The governing body leaders, the governing body leaders of the Jehovah's Witnesses, they know that so many people are leaving by the droves. So they're saying to themselves, oh, what can we do? What can we do to stop people from leaving? How can we influence people to keep going on? How can we influence people to keep staying, to stay in this religion? What can we do to keep people in? Because we know that there are so many people leaving. So here we have this new song. Feed my faith and starve your doubts. Let's say that someone, they felt like they had some medical issues going on, right? Let's say they was coughing up blood. They started to lose weight. They started to sweat in their sleep. Those are symptoms of cancer. Some of those symptoms, those are symptoms of cancer, right? You're spitting up blood, you're losing weight, you're sweating, you're drenching sweat in your sleep. Those are symptoms of cancer. Let's say that this person ignored that. They said, "Oh, I'm gonna ignore those doubts that could be cancer. It might be cancer. It could be cancer. I'm spitting up a lot of blood. I'm losing weight for no reason. I'm not working out. I'm not going to the gym. Why am I losing weight? But you know what? I might have cancer, but I'm going to put those doubts to the back of my mind. I'm going to go on with my day." Does that make sense to you? Does that make sense to you? If you have doubts that you could potentially be dying from a physical disease, right? Cancer is serious. Thousands upon thousands of people die every year from cancer. I've lost relatives from cancer. We all have lost friends and family members from cancer, right? So let's say that you had symptoms of cancer and you just remain optimistic. You had faith that you didn't have cancer. You had strong faith that you didn't have cancer. And you said, you know what? I might have cancer. I have symptoms that I have cancer. I have symptoms. I'm coughing up blood. I'm losing weight. I'm sweating. I'm feeling fatigue. I have all the classic symptoms of cancer. But you know what? I have faith that I don't have cancer. So therefore, I don't have cancer. How do you apply that logic in the real world? In this song, they're telling you, oh, just feed your faith. If you have any doubts, starve them. If you have any doubts, let them be. They'll go away eventually. Don't worry about your doubts. The hell with your doubts. The hell with them. Don't dwell on your doubts. Dwell on your faith. Even though you cannot prove that this is the truth, even though you have no sufficient evidence that this is the true religion, that us 9 members, we are inspired, that we are God's chosen people. You have no proof. We need you guys to simply believe it with strong faith and have a strong conviction. And if you have any doubts, let them starve. Let your doubts starve to death. The hell with your doubts. The hell with your doubts. So, let you guys know, I was interested in a sister in Australia, right? I met her a little over a decade ago. The last time we spoke was last year when I pretty much came out full-blown apostate to her, right? So I told her, I said, listen, I have feelings for you. I think you're a great person. I want us to be together. I don't care about the religion. Me and you, we have good chemistry, right? I said this to her. And we was on the phone. Surprisingly, she knew I was an apostate at this point, right? And she is a devout Pimi witness. She is a devout witness, right? So we was on the phone for about 30 minutes. And I said to her, I asked her, I said, listen, I said, what if you serve, because she's in her early 30s, right? She's in her early 30s. So I said to her, what if you spend the rest of your life waiting for paradise to come? I said, what if you're in your 70s, your 80s, and paradise doesn't come? What happens? What then? And she replies, I guess I would just wait the rest of my life. I would die waiting for this paradise to happen. I would die. She said this. I would spend the rest of my life, I would die waiting. And if I die before paradise comes, then so be it. See, she had so much faith. She has so much conviction that paradise really is about to happen. And she has no proof. So even before the song came, Feed My Faith and Starve My Doubts. Mind you, me and the sister, we spoke last year. This is about a year ago in 2023, right? We spoke about a year ago in 2023. This broadcast just came out this month, March 2024. So witnesses they are already programmed to feed their faith and to starve their doubts. Well before that song came out. Mind you, these witnesses, no witness could say, we have 100% proof that this is the truth. We have proof that the paradise is going to be here before you know it. It's right around the corner. It's right around the corner. No witness can ever say that to you. They can't say that because they don't have any proof. All they have is strong faith and conviction. That's all they have. And they are ready and willing to take that to their grave. But does that make sense for anyone to waste their entire life waiting for something that's possibly never going to happen? If Charles Russell, if he said that back in the day, that was over 100 years ago. They've been saying, oh, paradise is going to be here. They've been saying that for over 140 years. So this song, Feed My Faith and Starve My Doubts. That analogy that I brought about with the cancer earlier, right? Let's say that somebody actually had cancer. They had all the symptoms that they had cancer. Just like Jehovah's Witnesses, they have all the clues, they have all the messages, they have all the signs telling them that this is not the truth. That your leaders are con artists. Your leaders are lying to you. They are deceiving you. They are deceptive. They have all the signs telling them, this is not it. This is not it. All this new light, these changes with the doctrines. And we all know God doesn't change. Malachi 3:6, like I always say, Malachi 3:6, I am God, I do not change. So if God doesn't change, how is there constant new light? So what are you feeding? You feeding your faith? Or are you feeding into more lies? Are you feeding into more bullshit? That's what this is. It's all shit. A Jehovah's Witness, they literally, day in and day out, they have to lie to themselves. The end is right around the corner. I'm going to be in paradise any day from now. They have to continuously lie to themselves. They have to say that to themselves day in and day out just to get by. Because how many Jehovah's Witnesses are dealing with depression, anxiety, some sort of mental illness, some type of, they're suffering emotionally, financially, they're suffering one way or another, right? So they have to make sure, they have to make sure that this paradise is really about to happen. They have to make sure that this is real mentally. They have to lie to themselves day in and day out. It's a mental thing. Because you take that element away, you take away paradise earth from them, they have nothing to hold on to. They have nothing to look forward to. If you take away paradise earth, they have nothing to look forward to. So they have to make this the truth. Even though it's fake, even though it's false, they have to make this their reality because they have nothing else to look forward to. They literally have to starve their doubts and feed their faith. But my question is, with all this technology, all the information, everything that we have in the year 2024, the information is right there before your very eyes. Why do you have to feed your faith and starve your doubts? Why do you have to wait the rest of your life? That makes no sense. Why is a witness willing to wait the rest of their life for something that's never going to happen? Your leaders will tell you they are not inspired by God. They tell you that they are infallible. So why feed your faith? What faith is there to feed? Why starve your doubts? If you have doubts, guess what? You should be encouraged to indulge in those doubts. If this is supposedly the truth, like I always say, the truth should be scrutinized. It should be questioned. You should be able to doubt the truth. And guess what? You should be able to look at all the answers and come back to the conclusion that this is the truth. But if you cannot do that as a witness, if you can't do that, then guess what? Maybe you don't have the truth after all. Maybe. And if you are a witness watching this, why are you willing to wait the rest of your life? Why are you going to waste your life away waiting for something that might not ever come? Paradise may not ever come. So you feeding your faith and believing in something when you have no sufficient proof that this thing is bound to happen. You have no proof that paradise is going to happen. You can't even find the words paradise, earth in the Bible. I encourage you, open your Bible and find the two words, paradise, earth. Find a passage where Jesus spoke about paradise, earth. You won't find it in the Bible. You won't find it. You won't find it because it's not there. So you're going to feed your faith and you're going to let your doubts starve? Let's bring it back to the cancer real quick. Let's say someone, like I was saying before, someone's coughing up blood, they're feeling fatigue, they started sweating, they started losing weight. Those are all signs of cancer. Let's say, they just put it to the side. I'm pretty sure I don't have cancer. I'm pretty sure I'm just sick. I'll get over it. Months go by. You let a year go by. And finally, your symptoms, they get worse and worse. Next thing you know, you're going to the doctor. Hey, listen, I've been having the symptom for over a year. The doctor runs some tests on you, and they come back and they tell you, unfortunately, you have stage 4 cancer. You have less than 6 months to live. And the doctor says, the doctor asks you, you had these symptoms for over a year. How come you didn't come to us sooner? We could have cured you. We could have helped you sooner. We could have dealt with this situation sooner than later. How are you going to reply to them? Oh, I had faith? You're going to say I had faith that I didn't have cancer? Oh, I thought I had cancer, but I let those doubts go to the back of my mind. But I had faith that I was well and I was good with no sufficient proof that you really was. Likewise, it's the same with the Jehovah's Witness cult. Jehovah's Witnesses, they have faith that this is the truth. Little do they know, day in and day out, year after year, decade after decade, the life is passing them away. The life is going by like this. The life is going by like this. And once they realize that they can get this time back, once they realize that they invested all this energy, this time, this effort, this money, all their money in this organization, all these things that they can't get back, it is too late. They are so-called in the stage 4 cancer process, where their entire life was invested to something because they simply put faith. They simply let their doubts go to the back of their minds. And they had faith. They had strong conviction that this was the truth, when in reality, it was the false. And they had to learn the hard way. The hard way that they could have done their research when they had the chance to do so. But yet, they let their entire life go by. So, why should anyone let their entire life pass them by? Why should any witness feed their faith and let their doubts starve when they don't even have any sufficient evidence to prove that this is the true religion? That makes no sense. That makes no sense. So when I heard this March 2024 broadcast, this cringy song, Feed My Faith and Let My Doubts Starve, that makes no sense. Because what you're saying in essence is, oh, I'm going to serve this man-made organization until the day that I die. I'm going to serve these men forever. I'm going to wait for paradise that's never going to happen. I'm going to do everything that I can to make this organization better. And yet, I'm going to let my life pass by. That makes no sense. No one should ever have to feed their faith when, like I said before, there is no proof. A Jehovah's Witness has no evidence that the paradise earth that they believe in is bound to happen. If you can't find the two words, paradise earth, in the Bible, if you can't find a passage in the Bible where Jesus was speaking about a paradise earth, then why are you letting your life go by? You're starving your doubts. For what? For what? Let that sink in.